discuss how pain, both physical and emotional, have taught me so much about myself and how to heal and what's important. So please subscribe to learn more about how to use pain as a healing tool, because pain is beautiful, because it shows us exactly what needs to be healed. So I'll get started with myself. I had a very difficult childhood, and as a result of that, I had lower back pain my whole life until about 3 years ago. And I didn't know that lower back pain was emotional pain from my childhood. I had no idea until about a couple of months before it went away that it was actually emotional pain. Now, the energy in my lower back, it'll be my sacral chakra. That's usually sexual energy, reproductive energy. Had a lot of emotional pain, or what we call in shamanism and Reiki, stuck energy. Another word for like ego. So when the soul decides to have a human experience, and it takes on the ability to have stuck or permanent energy, because when we don't have a body, our energy is always flowing, we're always on the flow. But in the physical world, I need to know I'm separate from my camera. I need to know I'm separate from the wall in this room. I need to have some permanence to be able to function in this reality. However, when we have a lot of emotional pain and we hold on to it and we're just worried about it all the time and we can't let it go, then it resides in the body. So not only is it hurting us emotionally, but it's actually physically hurting us, physically. So I had lower back pain, I had neck pain, I had migraines, and pain is stored in our fascia. And so working through that and listening to that is really, really important. So if I knew how to listen to my body, I would have known that my lower back pain was actually emotional pain that I needed to heal through self-reflection, through stop repressing my emotions, through trusting myself, believing in myself, because the memories from my childhood trauma came up like 5 or 6 times throughout my life, but I only accepted them, I guess, when I was about 45 and my mom died. She died on my birthday, and she came through intuitively later and told me that she died on my birthday to celebrate my birthday, which was the most important day in her lifetime. I mean, birth and death are the 2 most important events in our life. We can't have life without death. You can't have death unless we were born first. So one goes with the other. You can't take good without the bad. You can't have the bad without the good. There's a duality. It goes together. They don't exist independently. So she did that to commemorate. So every time my birthday, I'm going to remember my mom. And I'm grateful for my mom. I'm grateful that she remembered that. But after she passed, I had to accept that I had, a ton of emotional challenge, a lot of mental health issues, and I had a lot of physical problems with my body that I needed to address. I used to get 4 to 7 migraines per week when my kids were like 10, 12, 15 years old. And how can I function as a mom when that's happening? And I didn't know then, I didn't know how to listen to myself. What I didn't understand is as I got into my later 30s and then 40s, that my hormones were changing, and I was creating more testosterone. I was losing the ability to procreate, and I was going through. I didn't understand that as a woman, when I create more testosterone, starting, in our kind of mid 30s usually, we just naturally repress more emotions. And so if you go into that phase of your life with emotional pain, significant emotional pain like I did, and a complete lack of understanding how that emotional pain is impacting your hormones, I set myself up for a lot of challenge because I didn't know how to listen to my body. I had no idea how to listen to my body. I had no idea what it was saying. I didn't trust myself. I thought I was the problem because I was constantly abused as a child. And usually when children are abused, they internalize it as the child's the problem, not the parent, because the parent, is an adult, and, children look up to their parents, and, we have parents that teach us how to relate to ourselves. So if our parent is constantly negative towards us, then usually we internalize it. Okay, I must be a bad person. I must be the problem. So because of that subconscious belief and emotional pain that I'm the problem, diving into myself was like an immediate block. It's like, oh, you want to go in there? No problem. Oh, no problem. Problem. Until I, found people to help me, and I got some perspective, and I started moving that tons of stuck energy that I had stored it on my fascia, stored in my neck and my shoulder and my head and my lower back, and then lower back pain that just can radiate into your hips, and my thighs and my hamstrings have been tight my whole life, and I got sciatic nerve pain. And so, we think, well, emotional pain, that just messes you up emotionally. Well, no, it also messes you up physically. It really can mess you up physically. So I'm here today to talk more about why pain is beautiful, and coming from that perspective, how that can open you up to listening to yourself. And you have to start somewhere. I had to accept my psychic gifts. I had to accept my childhood trauma, and I started seeing a psychic, a healer, and then I saw a different one, and then I slowly started opening up, and it was just one door and then another door, then another door and another door, and here I am making YouTube videos, and my lower back pain is gone now. Now it's not perfect, but it is tremendously better. So I encourage you that when you have a physical pain in your body, ask yourself, is there emotional pain there? Is there something I need to work through? Is there something I need to self-reflect on? Why, if it's lower back pain, that can be associated with, for women, sexuality. Is there any sexual abuse? Is there any kind of emotional sexual pain that you're holding on to? So there's different ways to analyze it, but just start tuning into yourself and asking yourself. And the more you ask yourself and trust yourself, and you build that rapport with yourself, that kind of personal intimacy, you'll start talking to yourself, and it might come out in dreams. I mean, that's usually one of the go-to places when your soul's like, oh, this person wants to listen? Okay, cool. Let's try a dream. So if your soul starts showing you things in your dream, write it down in the morning when you wake up. Even if it's in the middle of the night, have a journal next to your bed, write it down. And that is you just communicating to yourself, I'm ready to bring this into my reality, into the waking world, into the physical world, not just in my subconscious and my dreams where I keep it repressed and it's, really bad for me. And it is making me have anxiety or depression or engage in dysfunctional behavior patterns. That's one way to bring your subconscious and your soul talking to you into your waking reality. And you can walk in nature, you can journal, meditate. There's all kinds of ways that you can facilitate opening yourself up and listening to the pain that you have, whether it be emotional, physical, or both. So I encourage you to embrace that process, and best of luck with that. Please subscribe so you can learn more about how to process emotional pain. Take care.